morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, welcome to the Good Values Podcast. Now in this episode, I'm going to be talking about why there aren't so many art videos anymore. Now I may be titling the video, Why No Art Videos, or What Happened to the Art Videos, I'm not sure yet, but it's going to be talking about why I was uploading a lot of art videos and now I'm uploading very, very few. A couple of people will know this, so I know that a couple of people who watch this channel are good friends of mine and I speak to, and other people who are good friends of mine I might not have told, so I thought I might as well update everyone who watches the channel, because I think it's something which I just haven't addressed, to be honest. And what happened was, I've been trying to grow the channel for the majority of this year. I think it's been about a year that I've been uploading. I think my first videos were probably in November of 2021, and basically I uploaded 7 videos, and I think it was one every week or couple of weeks or something, and it was a daily drawing challenge that I'd done called 15-minute memory. So after I'd uploaded the 15-minute memory videos, I'd been concentrating on university. I'd been recording podcast episodes with a co-host since July or August of 2021, and I was just unable to edit them and upload them. So I was waiting to get a new computer, which I purchased and received in either February or March, I can't remember exactly when, but that's what I was waiting for, was the software in order to edit the footage and upload the episodes. And basically those episodes started being uploaded from that point, from about March or February of this year. And then after that I started to upload bits and pieces of art videos just when I could, because I was finishing off a fine art course and it wasn't so easy to manage the video production and the coursework at the same time, especially since I was the representative of a group complaint, so it was just quite a lot to manage at the time. Okay, I don't know what's happened to the angle there. So I was managing a group complaint, finishing off a university course, and starting to upload more frequently on my channel, and I was enjoying it. And I had a bit of luck with I'd contacted Peter Draws, and he'd given me his blessing to make a video where I was talking about how to draw like he does by using one of his prompts, and that was really helpful. It was really kind of him, and he liked and commented on the video, and that got quite a bit of attention. And I was thinking, brilliant, I'm just going to now do regular uploads, try to build up the audience. And what happened was, it kind of stagnated. The audience sort of just stayed and plateaued at a certain point, and which kind of, made me wonder, what do I need to do in order to generate more interest and get more views? Because not only did it stagnated at the subscriber point, but at the viewer point it just dropped massively. It was from several hundreds and thousands of views to tens of views. So I was, thinking, I've done something wrong. Maybe the quality isn't high enough. What is it I need to do? And this is what I was considering about, I don't know, would it be around August or so of this year? basically what had happened was I generated a lot of interest from one video and then not done anything else that was kind of what people call clickbait, but it was just something which would generate a lot of interest and be appealing to a mass audience. So that's what I was lacking, and I still have that trouble at the moment. So what happened was I was initially uploading I think it was an ink drawing on a Monday, life drawing on a Wednesday, and a painting video on a Friday. And I thought, this is great, it's going to keep me doing life drawing and painting. The life drawing videos were getting some attention, the painting videos weren't getting a lot, and the ink drawings were getting quite a bit. So I thought, right, it's ink drawings, that's what I need to do. So I focused on ink drawings and thought I'll just do life drawing and painting for fun. And it turns out that the ink drawings dried up as well. I didn't get loads of views. I mean, the drawings weren't amazing, but I thought I always tried to offer something to the audience by sharing what I'm thinking and how I'm working out the image. But it was still flat as far as I wasn't getting a lot of views. And all this time I was doing a podcast every Friday, making sure that I booked a guest and interviewed them, because obviously most of you will know the podcast I was doing with a co-host ended, I don't know, June, something like that, July maybe. I think it might have been July, I'm not sure. Either way, I immediately rebranded, uploaded the rest of the episodes, and because we pre-recorded episodes, and then basically started to book guests instead of the previous model of the podcast, which was to just have a casual chat and try to base it on a theme each week. Anyway, the podcast ends, I'm doing this other podcast, I'm doing these videos as often as I can with different themes, and then it's just plodding along, and I think, okay, maybe I need something to generate a bit more attention, so I thought I'll do Inktober. That could get some attention, even though it's a lower quality video. It's a video every single day for a month. It might get some attention. And turns out I get an injury on my right hand the day before, so on the 30th of September I injure my right hand, and then I do Inktober with my left hand, which is fun because I don't draw with my left hand. A lot of you might know this, so forgive me, I'm just trying to recap what's happened to the channel. After October, I think, right, I'll have a bit of a break, I'll upload less frequently and better quality. And when I took a break, it was hard to get back into the rhythm again, because I hadn't been working on other videos. I'd started to create this series that I want to start, which is not art videos necessarily. I mean, it'll include art, but it's not focused on art. It's almost focused on cinematography and not film necessarily, but television and cinematography, because I really take an interest in that, and I think that's really related to the art that I make. So I started that a little bit. I've made some notes, I've got the footage on the software, or in the software I should say, and I'm now just waiting for the opportunity to piece it together. Now, when it comes to the art videos, I've only uploaded one, and it was the comic book from Thought Bubble video. And the reason for that is that I've been trying to do more filmy kind of, filmmaker based videos, where I do more interesting edits and thoughtful shots, and try to include the location as much as I can. And and basically that's slowed me down because the weather's been awful. I'm trying to make certain videos, but I realised as well that I've only got a certain amount of music, and I make the music for my channel, so I'm trying to produce new music. I'm looking through old music that I've made, seeing if it's suitable, and trying to not just crowbar it in. It's easily done just to kind of go, oh, I'll just chuck this in there. And I don't want the channel to be full of weird, eerie music just because that's what I made a lot of. So I've been weighing up those things. Making new music's not been as easy as I thought it would be. I think it's because I used to use samples from obscure sources that I would like to use as a kind of a hip-hop principle of beat making, where I'd find something that I think no one's going to know where this is from. You have to be into the crazy things that I'm into in order to find this sample. And instead, what happened was I tried to make music from the patches that were included in the music program. And that's fine and everything, but it does take layers, it takes effect, it takes a lot of consideration to make those work, and make those sound worth, you know, like actually sound like music as opposed to just crazy soundtracky atmospheric stuff. So I've basically been grappling with the idea of sampling again. Oh my god. Now I have started on the music making again. I need to check how that's going because I can't even remember the tune that I made, which is not a good sign. I need to maybe make a few in a row. I just need to get back into the habit again. But I've been waking up really late, I've been staying up really late, and just not been quite as productive as I should be. So the idea now is that I have at least 2 videos which I have planned for the channel that should be uploaded soon. I mean, this is going up on Friday. What date will it be? I don't know, the 24th would it be of November, 25th, something like that, 2022. And on the Saturday, I believe, will be another art video. The first one for about 2 weeks, if not more. And it's weird for me to not upload more frequently, but people have said make the audience interested and want and kind of miss you instead of having you all the time, which I appreciate. Is kind of too frequently is not going to be as interesting. I think if the content was more a vlog and I was doing something, which I do have planned, but it's hard to execute, especially during winter. So instead, what I'm going to do is try and figure out a certain finish that I'm going to try to achieve for the videos, and it'll just be little bits here and there, and hopefully you'll see what I mean. But then again, if you don't see what I mean, then it means that it's tucked in and blended with the video quite nicely, and that's possibly just as good. Now what I'm doing at the moment is I'm returning some discs which are full of images to a photographer that I interviewed, David Woodfall, and I filmed the mission that I went on the night before last to go and pick them up off him, because initially I thought I would be getting the podcast edited for today, whereas now and thinking that isn't possible, and I need to take a week to edit the podcast. The reason why I don't have a guest this week is that I'm basically taking this time to sift through the photographs on the discs and try to pepper them throughout the episode so that there's a bit more of a representation of his work. Not to the full extent of what I've now retrieved and copied and pasted over onto my computer, but that's because he will be featured in videos that I'm planning on making after this second part of our podcast. He's constantly saying we have to record the second part, and to me the second part is the second half of our first conversation, and I have our very first conversation recorded, but that'll be audio only, and that'll be interesting as well. And then we're doing another at least one video. But he's a very interesting chap, so there's no shortage of content there, and it'd just be nice to share with the audience something which I think is so important as far as him being an environmentalist and involved in conservation, things like that. Are parts of who I am and what I find important as well. So I'd like to share that side of myself with the audience. So after Inktober, I have this lull. I start making these videos, and the videos need extra work. And that's basically what I've been working on, is trying to make the videos a bit more interesting, more of a filmmaker aspect to the to each upload. And also I'm wondering whether to make them half vlog, I say half, part vlog or mostly vlog and part art video. It means that the art is going to be really sped up, really abbreviated, maybe just overly edited, but that means that it might be more interesting to watch. I don't know. It's like all of this. I might not do this as the podcast. I might just chop this up and do it as part of an art video, because maybe that's more interesting. I don't know. I'm just trying to make videos work and make them right. And at the moment I've not struck that balance. I mean, this is going to take some chopping, but here we are. That's what it has. At the moment, I haven't struck that balance between the content of the video being art and entertainment, something which people actually want to watch and enjoy. And I want to try and figure that out. I'd like to make videos that are capitalising on the lovely environment. I mean, this is a beautiful place where I live, and I'd like to share that as part of the videos as well. There's no reason why not. So the idea being maximise the value of each video. I'm thinking podcasts could turn into audio only. I mean, I've put a lot of work into making the video worth watching, but who knows? I don't know. I'll see where that goes. I'm thinking there'll only be 24 episodes for this first season of Good Values, and next year there might be more episodes depending on how that goes. I was hoping to get Jared Muralt as a guest before the end of the year, but I'm not sure if that'll work because he's just finishing off his last book at the moment, and I'm doing what I can to try to negotiate his appearance. but I've got to be reasonable. He's working hard. He's doing promotion, he's doing production, he's doing distribution, he's doing a lot of work at the moment, and as much as I'd love to have him as a guest, I've got to try and think about what's realistic for him, what's possible for him. Sorry if I'm all silhouette at the moment. Let's flip this round. Flip the camera around. Let's get the view a bit more. Show you what I'm looking at. Yeah, what I've got planned is to have videos based on cinematography that I'm going to be doing, bits of basic drawing just to kind of talk about the placement of the camera and one shots. I quite like one-ers, and that's going to be a series that I start soon because I've got the footage ready, I'm making notes, and I'm keen to get that started. And aside from that, the podcast, I've been considering making it audio only just because a lot of podcasts are, and the work of the footage and the the visual inserts that I try to do. So I always try to make video or photographs. Not make, but I try to collect videos and photographs as references for each episode. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if people watch podcasts or if they listen to it like a radio show. So I'm not sure. I'm of two minds about that. Obviously, leave a comment if you feel strongly either way, because I'd like to know if you're keen on the visuals and you think, no, I really like to see the reference photos and I like to see the person being, interviewed. But if it doesn't matter, I might be able to get more guests because some people are too shy to be on camera. There's several people who I've spoken to I wanted to get as guests. I tell you what, there was one painter and I was admiring her work at an exhibition, and I started talking to this guy, and I thought, oh, he'd be a good guest. And then after kind of, negotiating with him about him being a guest, I asked him about this other person's work, and I said, oh, I love this woman's work here. And he said, oh, she's over there. So I was like, flipping heck, right, I've got to ask her to be on the podcast. And he told me she was really shy, and she was, but I tried to kind of ease her concerns about it, saying, it's not a big pressure thing, it wouldn't be posted if you weren't happy with it, and it's only certain questions that I could post to you, send to you beforehand so that you can prepare. But she didn't want to do it. It's just sad because I absolutely love her work, and I would love to, showcase her work. Not that she needs it, but just to kind of share that with you guys, because it's absolutely beautiful artwork. But I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to name her just in case she's doesn't appreciate it. Maybe she doesn't want to be named. But yeah, phenomenal artist, would have been a great guest. And the guy that I spoke to, great artist, but doesn't apparently seem to be keen on being a guest either, because I've sent him an email and he's not received it or he's not responded. I've reached out to an organisation that's a big deal art organisation in North Wales and tried to get them to be associated with it, and that fell through. I think I might have spoken about this last time. Okay, so if I'm covering the same ground, let me just give you some fresh information by saying that what's new. I've done an ink drawing on cardboard and I quite like it. I think it hit a really nice point and then I went past that point. But it's okay because the point that I got to with it is still nice, I think, and quite impressive. But everyone that looks at it seems to agree that it was better when it was unfinished. So I'm going to post that as soon as I've filmed enough little bits and bobs to make it more of an interesting and engaging piece, a video I mean. And then I have another video coming out soon which I've filmed. I think I just need to film more in-between scenes because I've only got certain in-between scenes. The problem there is my moustache and little goatee thing here are growing and there's going to be a continuity error in the video. And you probably won't notice, but it bothers me. So I'm thinking, I'm growing this so that I can do more of the performance. I don't know if you watched the podcast where I talked about the performance. Basically, the reason why I cut my hair and shaved my beard is because I wanted to do certain things with long hair and a beard that was a performance where I play 5 different characters. And 2 of the characters I can do with long hair and a beard, and I did that. And that's why I could cut my hair to this length and shave off my beard. And then when I did that, I started to grow this moustache and goatee, and ready to play another character. And then I'm going to shave that off to play another character, and then I'm going to cut my hair more to play another character, and they'll be all 5. God, I know it doesn't sound interesting, but the first 2, it's worked out great. Looks really good. There's no audio yet, but the visuals are great. I haven't really worked out the audio. The way that I've worked out what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it visually first and then double the audio in, because I quite like the idea of having it in 2 separate recordings, to have the moving parts and the characters all there, and then to try and dub a story on top and to try and make it make sense. It's going to be tricky because interviewing myself was tricky, so I think playing 5 parts in a performance is going to be very tricky. But because I've recorded the first 2, I'm going to base the 3rd off the first 2, and then I'm going to base the 4th off the 3, and just keep doing it that way. It's like find the spaces for the other characters in between. That's the plan. So that's going to be coming out as soon as I've edited it, if it's not super cringe, because I don't know if I want to share something where I'm like, this didn't work, but here it is anyway. I don't think I'm going to do that. Because I'm trying to think about things to tell you which is kind of news, to the extent that it's new information. Here's something, is that I've rewatched my art film which I made for my degree show at university, and it needs work, it needs editing, it really needs editing. Certain scenes just go on far too long, even scenes that I like go on far too long, and when I've edited it down so that I'm happy with the film, I'm going to have the film, and I'm not going to post it on my channel because it's still going to be too long. It'll still be about half an hour long, I think, if not more, and you guys aren't going to want to watch half an hour of weird arty stuff, and that's all it is. It's not anything which is normal. So what I'm going to do instead, because I do want to share with you what I did for my degree show, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit together the highlights of the art film and basically share that with you so that you can see the kind of tone of the film, what I was going for, and see what you think of that. And I've made basically at least 3 films that I can share on my channel. One is called The Position Statement, one I've called Abridged, and the 3rd one is called Other Spaces. The one which is super long that I just talked about is the Other Spaces one. That's the last one that I made. The best one is probably the first one. I don't know. Abridged is maybe the best one, but the Abridged I filmed 15 years ago, maybe more. And I just basically I didn't do any edits. I took out a snippet of unedited footage. So it's kind of edited in the way that it's only a certain amount of a longer clip. And that's the film. Very short film, but that one would be the easiest one to share and the easiest one for you to digest, even though the footage is really low resolution. I filmed it on a Sony Ericsson. Thinking about it, it wasn't 15 years ago, it was 10 years ago. No, it was 12 years ago, because it was in 2010 or 2009. So that's something that I can share quite easily. That's called Abridged. The next one that I could share, but I'm probably going to only share certain parts of, is the Position Statement art film that I made, which is I think quite good. I think that one's got potential, but it's 15 minutes long, and I'd rather just show you parts of it Parts are really personal, other parts are just quite, I don't know, for the time it was really worth doing because it was the first lockdown is when I started to make it, and I started to compile videos of what it looked like around here during what was supposed to be a lockdown, and people just weren't locked down. But not only that, it was just a miserable time, so trying to make that into a film and talk about the challenges of university, you know, the course. It sounds miserable, but it's actually quite a nice film, I think. I think you might like it. Sorry if this is super dark, I can't do anything about the lighting at the moment, I'm driving. So yeah, position statement, that one's probably going to be posted, but I'll post little bits of that one and talk about it. I've got an idea for what I can call that one. That one might be first because it's the easiest one to show, and because it's chronologically the first one that I made of the three. I think that's how I should do it, is just show them in chronological order and introduce them that way. I'll probably do it on a series about university and talk about that. I just basically, the only thing that slows down these videos before I post them is that I want to film other things to tell the story, and that's taking longer, which I'm looking forward to doing, but you know, it takes a while to think about what shots would work and where to go, and you know, going to the locations, getting the right weather. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. And aside from the art films, there's art videos which I'm working on. There's the cardboard one, and there's the one where I've drawn on cardboard but I went too far, and then I've got some new pens, so I'm going to do a bit of a, not an unboxing, but a review of those, which should be fun, because I've never used them. I still haven't used them. I've just unboxed them, and I ordered them. One as a Christmas present, but I ordered two because one as a Christmas present and the other one of the same thing, which I'm going to use. And then that's a box of calligraphy pens, and then the other one was just a brush pen, which I thought was a set, but it just came as one single pen. So whatever, I'll check that and see what happens there. That's the plan. And that's that. Let me think if there's anything else. Channel wise, I think that's what I've got going on. I am still talking to artists about doing artist profiles. That's something which I've been thinking about for a while, and it's just taken longer than I thought, but that is in the works at the moment. That is something which as soon as I've got the time with the artist that I can sit down with them and get the footage that I need, then I can create that as a series. But I might as well get a couple of them filmed, and I haven't filmed one of them yet. Outside of that, I'm going to do a few tutorials. Let me think. I've done some paintings, but paintings aren't really popular on my channel at the moment. So I need to think about how to maybe jazz up the painting videos to make them a bit more engaging for the audience. I don't know, or viewers. Viewers, audience, is there a difference? Point being, that is all considerations, but things should be changing soon. I've been saying that for a while, but I am working on things, and they are getting there. So, that's it for this week. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, share this with friends and family. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.